I really believe that flexibility is the key to maintaining a career. Because there's been times where I'm doing one thing and the bottom of the market falls out and I'm all, oh. And then I just kind of reach into my bag of tricks and maybe I'll be like teaching all of a sudden. Or, I remember the first time I saw some art cars, I'm all, this is brilliant. So me and my friends designed one. Then I did a bunch of art cars. The people were paying me to do art cars. It was like that. I'm all right. And then I haven't done one in a while. And someone's all, what? You haven't done any art cars in a while. What's up? And I'm all, art cars are not me. It's what I do. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up with an idea for an art car. Believe me, I will make an art car. But if I don't have an idea for one, I'm not like hung up like, oh, my career is all about art cars. Murals, I think there is something really kind of deep in me because I just kind of spontaneously painted on my walls when I was a kid, which I know is not very unusual. Kids start painting on their walls. But me, I was going for it, so much so that my mom finally said, you want to paint on your walls? You come up with a plan, and I will buy you the paint if you come up with a plan. So I came up with a plan, and I painted my whole room, changing windows around. I lived in LA. I was watching these windows, and one day, it was like instead of painting the background red, they're like, well, can you paint a mountain scene? And I'm all, sure. So.
And this keeps repeating.
Yes.
I've seen a lot for your background. You've done a lot of the art cars and done a lot of public works.
Yes.
What in Ventura might we recognize that you've done out in the open?
Well, there's the Tortilla Flats mural that I did with Moses Mora, the community activist Moses Mora.
What's the concept with the Tortilla Flats?
Tortilla Flats is the name of a neighborhood that was displaced when the 101 freeway came through. And in hearing the story, he and I wrote, we had the idea, I knew where a wall was, I got permission for the wall, and we wrote like a $1,500 grant through the city of Ventura. And that was the first time around, so we created it. A couple years later, it took us a couple years to get it together because we did not know that the research hadn't been done on the neighborhood. We ended up doing, like 100 hours at more at minimum of oral histories with old members of the neighborhood, getting all the pictures, all the images, turned into this giant project. We had no idea it was going to be like that. Did it once in 1995, took it apart in 2000, and then in 2003, the city of Ventura invited us to recreate it. And so then this year, 2008, we recreated it, basically refigured the images, redesigned it for a brand new space.
I learn all the time about, you have these specific art periods. You have like the Renaissance and the Baroque
Right.
and the contemporary, and I don't know what the hell we're in now.
Yeah.
But they always have these like little turning points. Like,
Yeah,
here
yeah.
Leonardo da Vinci died. Here Raphael painted.
Yeah,
Sistine
someone
Chapel.
figured out perspective or something, right?
What are those? Do you have like those own time periods? Do you have like your own art periods? And you're like, or what kind of art period are you in right now?
Oh boy.
What's happening?
I'm probably in the art period of reconfirming that I'm going to keep doing art, because after Tortilla Flats, I personally felt it was so much work for so little money. It took so long. I mean, that project took 5 years. That's like going to school, right? That's like,
Right.
I wasn't in graduate school that long, but like 4 years of undergraduate work. 4 years, 5 years, that's not a small amount of time to be working on one project and sort of weaseling some other things in there. I was very focused and so focused along this project that I had done not once, but twice, okay? Redesigned, repainted my own work twice. It was so phenomenal, and it was so intense. I mean, it was just intense. It was like a million times I thought, this is never going to happen, it's never going to happen, it's not going to happen, and it did happen. After that, I hadn't been doing as much of my solo work as I had in the past, because I was basically working jobs to make money so I could afford to do the Tortilla Flats project. Not like we didn't get anything from the city, but spread over 5 years. It was a very ambitious project that we made ambitious, knowing what the budget was. Right. But hey, you have an opportunity to do something big. Most time artists will jump on it and do something really big. One of the paintings, there's a painting behind me, which I'm not going to flip around, but I'm going to assume it's behind me. and it says quick and easy on it.
I
And that's a
see that
painting
one.
that I started like 5 years ago
Very
or
different
so.
than this one.
Yeah, I started that one when I was really like just in 2003, and it was just getting too heavy. So I put it away. And then the other day I was feeling the same emotion. I'm all, where's that painting? And I found it, and then I finished it. Okay. There's another painting. Oh, I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. Oh, Dark Night Another. And I was flipping through old. I love that 60s or maybe it's 50s kind of hypergraphic style, and I work in that style sometimes. So every once in a while I just pull it out because it's just, I love it. And the women look all old-fashioned, and I would say that that is not how one would describe me. But I feel that I have all my, like my mom's old-fashionedness. It's in me somewhere, like that Susie Homemaker. I tried to be a housewife for about 2 years. It was, it was all right. Then I stopped, and I never went back, but I tried it.
So many.
So it's
interesting
in
things.
me, yeah. So it's in me. So jumping around is not for shock value or to show off my proficiency at lots of styles. It's that I'm very fortunate that I just, or maybe not, that I don't work in one style. And if I have one kind of feeling, I'll work in one style. If I have another kind of feeling, I work in another style.
If you know the Big Bang, right? The Big Bang, the whole universe explodes.
Do you believe that?
If I don't know. I don't know if I believe that.
It's kind of a nice way to think
If you
about
had to
things.
take this whole universe and pack it back up into that little Big Bang and put it in a box and move it and stick a label on it, what would you label that universe? If you had to pack all this up and condense it down into one little box and label that box like you're going to move it.
Oh. Well, if I was packing it all up, it would just be MB history. Because if it was all packed in a box, that would just be, it would mean it was the past. Because it wouldn't be coming out again. Probably. Yeah.